At 11:53 this morning, in a Senate hearing room that had been completely silent for the last 14 minutes, Adam Schiff reached for a manila folder, and what happened next will be studied in law schools, investigated by federal prosecutors, and replayed on screens across this country for years to come. But let's go back to the beginning, because this story didn't start today. It started in the middle of the night, November 3rd, 2025, 2:47 in the morning. Deep inside FBI headquarters, a single person sat alone on the 7th floor and began destroying evidence. 2.4 terabytes of it. Cash Patel had arrived at FBI headquarters at 11:34 the night before. Building security logs confirm it. He accessed the director's suite at 11:41. No other personnel were present on that floor. He didn't leave until 4:18 in the morning, and in the 3 hours between arriving and leaving, using his own personal authorization code, he manually disabled 6 separate backup systems, confirmed 3 separate verification checkpoints, and permanently deleted 847 counterintelligence case files, 2,341 intercepted communications between foreign operatives and American citizens, 18,492 financial transaction records flagged for federal violations, and 673 witness interview transcripts. All of it gone. All of it deliberate. All of it, according to an internal FBI memo, permanently unrecoverable. He thought it was gone forever. He was wrong, because this morning, Cash Patel walked into the Senate Intelligence Committee chamber to deliver what his legal team had carefully scripted as a routine budget briefing. He arrived 13 minutes early. He was flanked by 4 FBI attorneys. Their briefcases contained pre-approved responses to every anticipated question. Republican senators praised him right on schedule. Democratic senators pressed him on the reassignment of 1,200 counterintelligence agents, the firing of 14 senior FBI officials, the denied security clearances for career agents, and Patel deflected every single one with practiced bureaucratic precision. Then, at 11:53 a.m., Chairman Warner recognized Senator Adam Schiff. The room shifted. Everybody knew it. You don't spend 20 years as a federal prosecutor building RICO cases against organized crime without developing a certain energy when you walk into a room where someone is about to be destroyed. Schiff placed his manila folder on the desk, red classification stripes visible to everyone. Patel's eyes moved to it for exactly 1 second before returning to Schiff's face. That 1 second told you everything. Schiff didn't open the folder yet. "Director Patel," he said, calm and quiet, "I want to ask you about FBI data management practices." And Patel, not yet understanding what was about to happen to him, smiled and answered confidently. "The FBI," he said, "has the most rigorous data security and preservation protocols in the federal government, multiple redundant backup systems, strict access controls, comprehensive audit trails. It would be virtually impossible," he said, "for significant amounts of classified intelligence to be deleted without proper authorization." Schiff let the word hang in the air. Virtually impossible. Then he opened the folder. What he pulled out was an internal FBI memorandum, official letterhead, classification markings, dated November 4th, 2025, authored by FBI Chief Information Security Officer Dr. Jennifer Martinez. Subject line, "Critical Data Loss Incident Requiring Immediate Executive Attention." Schiff began reading aloud. "Director Patel, approximately 2.4 terabytes of classified counterintelligence data were permanently deleted from FBI primary servers using administrative override protocols that required director-level authorization. The deletion was executed using your personal authorization code initiated from your office terminal at 2:47 a.m. on November 3rd. This represents the largest unexplained loss of classified intelligence in FBI history. The cameras captured what happened next in perfect detail. The color drained from Cash Patel's face in 3 seconds. His hands began to tremble. One of his attorneys leaned in urgently. Patel didn't seem to hear him. He reached for his water glass, and when he lifted it, the trembling was so severe that water sloshed over the rim and spilled across the witness table. Every camera in that room caught it, every single one. "Senator," Patel managed, his voice barely his own, "I don't have personal knowledge of every technical system operation." "You don't have personal knowledge," Schiff repeated slowly. "This memo states explicitly that the deletion was executed using your authorization code from your office terminal at 2:47 in the morning. Are you telling this committee that someone else was in your office at 2:47 a.m. using your credentials?" Then came the second document. The building security logs, the timestamps that placed Patel alone on the 7th floor, the logs that confirmed no other personnel, the data trail that left absolutely no room for technical explanations, automated processes, or routine archival procedures. The trap was complete, and Patel knew it. But Schiff wasn't finished. He pulled out a third document, and then a fourth. The fourth document was a witness protection authorization form, signed personally by Cash Patel on November 1, 2025, 2 days before the deletion, granting emergency classified witness status and a full FBI security detail to one person, Michael Flynn, Trump's former national security advisor, the man who lied to the FBI about his Russian contacts, the man who was convicted, then pardoned. Michael Flynn's name, Schiff said, appears 47 times in the counterintelligence files that were deleted 2 days after Patel signed his protection order. The chamber erupted. "Did you delete classified counterintelligence data to protect Michael Flynn and others connected to foreign influence operations?" Patel tried to stand. His chair scraped loud enough to echo. "Senator," his voice cracking now, "I will not sit here and allow you to impugn my integrity with baseless conspiracy theories." "Sit down." Chairman Warner's voice came down like a gavel. Patel sat. His hands were shaking so badly he pressed them flat against the table. And then Schiff read the final document. An email from his own deputy director sent 5 days before the deletion. "Cash, I need to strongly advise against any action to compromise ongoing counterintelligence investigations. Any interference would constitute obstruction. I am formally documenting my opposition to any proposed data modifications." His own deputy director warned him in writing that deleting those files was obstruction, and Patel did it anyway. That is not data management, that is obstruction of justice. Within minutes, the clips were everywhere. The trembling hands, the water spilling, the drained face, the silence where answers should have been. Legal analysts called it the most damning congressional testimony they had ever witnessed. FBI whistleblowers surfaced by afternoon. The DOJ Inspector General announced a criminal investigation before the evening news. Republican senators called for resignation, and the White House, when asked for comment, said nothing. In Washington, silence from the White House means only one thing: they're already preparing to cut someone loose. This is what actual accountability looks like. Not a leak, not a rumor, not a partisan accusation. A prosecutor with a classified folder, a 6-week preparation, an inescapable chain of evidence, and one question that Cash Patel could never answer. Why were you alone in the FBI building at 2:47 a.m., destroying the exact files that could have exposed the people you were sworn to investigate? He had no answer then. He has no answer now, and that silence is the loudest thing anyone has heard in Washington in a very long time.